Welcome back to the Big Kitty Show. A couple months ago, I was hanging out with my cousin. She's 4 years old, and she was drawing on a hotel telephone pad with Sharpies. I was looking at these drawings, and I was like, through a liberal art trained eye, these could totally be expensive paintings in a famous museum, you know? So I was doing researches on paintings that are minimalist or surrealist, that are simple, as people would put it, but also has a very hard market value. Then I found these quotes that I thought was pretty interesting. Pablo Picasso said, "I used to draw like Raphael, but it has taken me a whole lifetime to learn to draw like a child." And Jean-Michel Basquiat said, "I like kids' work better than any real artist's work anyway." Especially this one specific art by Liliana Porter. I mean, I can't even tell which one is my little cousin's work and which one is an artist's work. So what I did is I scanned her drawings, photoshopped the watermark away, and put them in a gallery setting. Then I went around campus to see if my liberal art peers can tell the difference. And I made up names, I made up locations, and the results are very interesting.
Hi, what's your name and what do you study?
Hi, my name is Ilan Cohen and I'm a film major.
Okay, so this is the work from the uprising new Venezuelan artist Pedestrian's newest work in Sweden, MoMA. How do you feel about the works?
The work is awesome. I really like the way that it's basically child drawings, drawings that a 2-year-old would draw, but blown into a large scale and put in the setting of a gallery. It's rather interesting. I like it quite a lot. I'd probably buy this work.
On the market, it goes up to $250,000 per painting. How do you feel about a childish art selling so high?
I think that's, doesn't surprise me at all. I think there's a lot of work similar to that that's being sold for way more these days. That's what modern art is.
Hi!
Hello,
What's your name and what's your major?
I'm Khadija Khanizada and my major is Human Rights and Environmental Urban Studies.
And that it's their first exhibit in Norwegian National Museum. Can you talk about how you feel about the exhibit?
Well, overall, it kind of gives me a very peace and calming feeling. It reminds me of my childhood when I used to paint, and because it's all very disorganized, but at the same time there's something there, there's a meaning, and there's something probably meaningful and complex about it as well. Because sometimes you make something and you spend a lot of time and a lot of energy in it, and it's not as meaningful, but sometimes you make something from your heart and it has a lot of meaning and value, and I think that's priceless. And these paintings look like they have been made and there's a meaning behind them, and they explore probably childhood, which is a huge part of humans' history.
Hi, what's your name and what do you study?
Hello, my name is Nohan and I study creative writing, or written arts as they call it here.
Cool. So here are the paintings from this Cambodian artist Yakisaki Wayanti's newest work in Switzerland's MoMA. How do you feel about their work?
Well, it's actually very interesting because what appears to be, simple lines at the beginning, when you actually look at the negative space, you actually begin to see much more depth. It's kind of like a Rothko, where simple shapes, simple forms, simple colors can hold so much meaning.
Name and what do you study?
I'm Vivian, studying literature at Bard. Using one of the most vibrant color of orange. I feel like that one make me feel the most free, and I just feel like, I don't know, it make me to think, and also make me think about Gunther Ford, his painting. He used a lot of colors, but only he's not painting anything. He's just putting the colors onto the picture, just trying to see what the color looks.
Hi.
Hello,
What's your name and what do you study?
I'm Baylor Brown. I study economics.
What do you think of the exhibit?
I love it. I think it's amazing. It's really cool art.
Each painting is going for $250,000 on the market, and how do you feel about that?
I think that's a little ridiculous. I think art should be accessible to more people than just super rich people, and so I think that it's crossing an interesting line, making art that expensive, because that makes it kind of not accessible to a lot of people. But at the same time, you have to kind of pay respects to the artist, and so it's kind of a toss-up. I think I could go either way on them.
Hi, what's your name and what do you study?
Hi, my name is Leith, and I'm a junior studying anthropology.
Cool. So these all works are from this Hungarian artist, Daenerys Lannister's newest work in Cambodian National Museum. How do you think about the exhibit?
I mean, I think it's really great to see work coming out of Hungary, and that's an interesting crossover, it being exhibited in Cambodia. I don't know much about the Hungarian artistic tradition, but a lot of these pieces are reminding me of Matisse's earlier work, the sketches especially, but there's kind of a harkening back to the use of color. It has a vibrancy that reminds me of his Fauvist period, but a lot of the simplicity in line is even recalling Sol LeWitt, Ellsworth Kelly for me, but the pieces are disjointed, you know, they're not fluid representations of anything in particular, they're very gestural. I think I appreciate that about the work.
Cool. So on the market, each painting is going to $350,000. How do you think about that?
I mean, I have a lot to say about the way that art is commodified in, what, are we still in the early 21st century, the mid? I don't know, but there's a lot of inflation in terms of what work is worth. I think it's great for young artists to be able to see returns on what they create. I'm sure the gallery is taking most of it, but it's a lot of money, yeah.
Hi guys!
Hi.
What's your name and what do you study?
My name is Cluna. I study theater.
What's your name and what do you study?
My name is Isa. I study human rights.
What do you think of these paintings?
I think that the texture that they used on the canvas created a lot of depth, and it makes me kind of wonder, you know, like what are the socio-political implications of this, and what are they really trying to say? It could just be this painting that means nothing, but art never means nothing.
And I think in this current political climate, I think it's really important that every piece of art you make is just really fighting against the man, you know? And I think
it's honestly irresponsible to just make shit just to make it. We can't just be making meaningless art anymore because the world is ending.
yeah, and it's
everything counts more.
it's your duty as a political citizen to consistently make every step you take, every word you have, every class you have to read things for, it needs to work towards the revolution.
And progress.
In progress.
But
and
is this painting doing that? I don't know.